Hi everyone, this is Athena from Courage Coaching. Thank you for stopping by today. If you are new to my channel, then please click on the subscribe button in order to receive notifications for any new videos that I upload. Now in today's video I'm going to talk about gaslighting, but not about gaslighting from others. I'm going to talk about gaslighting ourselves and what this actually looks like. So generally we know that gaslighting is a type of emotional abuse that toxic or dysfunctional individuals such as narcissists use against others in order to manipulate them and erode their sense of reality and to create instability emotionally. But what does gaslighting look like when we actually do this to ourselves? Now, it's important to understand that when you have had a history of trauma, especially childhood trauma, and you have repeatedly been gaslit by your family, you will then have taken this on and you will be doing this to yourself without realizing it. Now, what does gaslighting yourself look like? The first thing that we do, which we don't realize is gaslighting, is that we constantly minimize our experience, our emotion, and we invalidate our emotions and our experience, just like a toxic individual would do when they gaslight us. Another thing that we will do is that we will completely dismiss our feelings right away by saying that our feelings are not that important. We will tell ourselves that we are overreacting. We will tell ourselves that we are oversensitive and that maybe, just maybe, the narcissist in our life is right, that actually we are too sensitive, that we are crazy. And unfortunately what happens is that when you have been around a toxic individual who has used gaslighting repeatedly, we internalize this and we think the same and do the same to ourselves. And that's why this type of emotional abuse is so insidious, is so destructive for our own well-being, because it becomes one with us, because it's something that we carry with us and do to ourselves habitually. Another way that we can tell that we are gaslighting ourselves is that we are trying to convince ourselves that we are overreacting. We are trying to convince ourselves that we are too sensitive. And if somebody mistreats us, we will ignore this. We will not actually hold them accountable because we are too scared of their anger or of any sort of confrontation. And this is also us gaslighting ourselves because we are not standing up for ourselves. We are not looking after our well-being. Another way that we know we are gaslighting ourselves is that we don't trust our own intuition. And we always think that it's what other people think that is more important. Another way that we know we are gaslighting ourselves is when we take on too much blame. So we may be with other people who are doing things wrong all the time, but we are the ones that are taking on the blame. We are the ones that have caused whatever has happened. We are the ones that are stupid. We are the ones that are flawed. And it's all our fault that this has happened. This in reality is not the truth, however. It is something again that we have internalized from our abuser. We are gaslighting ourselves into believing that everything is always our fault. And this is far from the truth. It is just not what is happening. Another way that we are gaslighting ourselves is that we tell ourselves, well, maybe I'm just making it up. Maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe it's actually not that bad. Now, we are not making it up if someone has hit us. We are not making it up if someone has abused us. These things have actually happened. Just because they have said that it hasn't happened doesn't mean that it really hasn't happened. So we must trust our own intuition. We must believe ourselves because that is actually the reality. Lastly, because we have been gaslighted all our lives and we continue to do this to ourselves, we constantly fawn and people please. And we fawn because we are scared of confrontation. We are scared of people's anger. We are scared of being shamed. So we constantly people please. We constantly make sure that everybody else is okay. And that is how we are okay. But this is wrong. This isn't healthy. We shouldn't be so scared, but we are because we've experienced childhood trauma. So we must be more self-compassionate more self-caring towards ourselves. So if you notice yourself doing any of these things that I mentioned, then this is you gaslighting yourself. It is something that we take on. It is something that we learn from our abusers, but it's wrong. So trust your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right. If someone has hurt us, then they have hurt us. It doesn't mean that we are too sensitive. It doesn't mean that we're making it up or that we're crazy. We need to trust our feelings and accept them, not dismiss them. Validate our experience. We are allowed to feel the things that we feel and to experience things the way we experience them. It doesn't mean we're crazy. It doesn't mean that this isn't our reality. If you have found this video useful, then please feel free to share your experience in the comments below the video. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.